All right, so if you've ever tried UGC before, you've tried hiring content creators, and every single time you've worked with them, for some reason, it just hasn't worked. Well, in this video, I'm actually gonna help you understand why your videos aren't working and why they probably suck. And I think this is the number one mistake that literally 95% of people make, because they actually don't understand the purpose of UGC. And so when they try to do it themselves, it fails, and then they feel like everybody is lying about the fact that UGC works. If you don't know where I am right now, I'm actually in one of the most interesting places in the world out here in Dubai. Came out here because we just hosted our first Evolve Mastermind. Hopefully there's going to be a couple of photos popped up on the screen. Incredible event. We had over 20 people show up to our first event, which was insane. We were spilling all the sauce. We went on a yacht. It was a great time. Tons of heavy hitters there. We had almost 10 people there, more than 10 people doing over $1 million a month with their Shopify brand. So it was one of the most high-level marketing and networking events for e-com brands. So it was just an incredible experience, and I'm very, very grateful for the community. And if you're interested in learning more about Evolve, you can check that out down below. The reason why I mention the backdrop here is because one of the ways that I've actually been able to afford to come out to Dubai, because it's not a cheap place to come to at times, especially when you live all the way out in Canada, is by being able to figure out how to use UGC for our clients, okay? And also showing other people how to use UGC. And so what I want to talk about today is, again, the number one mistake that most people make. And the number one mistake that most people make is actually using scripts. And now this is going to go against everything that you believed. And by the way, the odd time, there's probably going to be a Lambo or Ferrari driving by me extremely loud. But with that said, the number one thing that you're doing wrong is using scripts. And the reason why is because you have to remember that you're working with content creators and not actors, right? Scripts were originally made for actor, just like how UGC was originally made of people, or made up of people just genuinely sharing a great experience that they had with someone's product. Yet for some reason, because we're marketers, we decided to cross the two, and now we're just force feeding these scripts that are just so inauthentic for these content creators to say and do, that unless they're good actors, you're just going to fail. And most of the time, if your budget is $100 or $150 for UGC, you're not going to be able to find good actors. And if you do, you're basically just getting lucky. And so that's why so many of you spend so much money on UGC, you hire all these content creators, you work with all these agencies, and none of their stuff works because it's just not authentic. And I seriously tested this with over 500 UGC videos. We had a full team just scripting and doing all of these storyboards and all this crap, just giving all these things to content creators and spending so much time and so much money trying to get content to work. And it just, none of them hit, literally none of them hit. And at one point I just decided, you know what, let's just try this product seeding thing, which I'll explain shortly here. And all of a sudden we found 2 winning ads in the first 10 videos that we did from product seeding. And now product seeding itself is not the reason why this works. I want to make that clear. But what product seeding is when you just give the product to people. You don't actually pay them anything. You just send them the product, and that is it. And when we did that, we were kind of in this weird scenario where we're like, well, I don't really want to give this person a script because, we're not really paying them. So I don't really want to tell them what to say. I was just like, just say whatever comes naturally to you. And by doing that, that was the unlock that allowed us to actually start breaking through with UGC and actually allow us to start scaling our ad accounts with it. Because the number one thing that is the most important part of UGC, and it is the actual core of UGC, is to be authentic, right? So obviously, again, there are actors, there are people that can fake authenticity. We watch movies all the time. I hate to tell you, but the guy who's, Batman or Captain America, he's not actually Captain America in real life. He's acting, right? So the point is you can do it with acting, but most of these content creators that are micro are not good actors. So you have to make sure that you understand that and use that to your advantage, because what they are, though, is they are potentially your customers, or they know someone who is your customer, which is why when you start with product seeding, it's one of the best ways to get content, because they're just going to talk about what is natural to them, or they're going to talk about how they actually use the product. And that is what other people want to see, and other potential customers are going to see that and actually believe them because it's the truth, and they're not faking it. They're not reading some, 3 reasons why I bought this product and I can't believe reason number 2, right? And again, sometimes those things can work. And, there have been people that have had a lot of success with those, but for 90% of the time, it just doesn't work. And so the way around it is to do what is authentic to you and what is authentic to the creators that you hire. And so what we do is we use something called a framework. And a framework is a simple way of just giving a content creator an idea and letting the creator, again, they're called creators because they create things, let them be creative live with the idea and bring it to life, right? That's it. That's all we're doing. We're giving them a little bit of information about our brand. We're giving them a little bit of, do's and don'ts, like, hey, here's some things that people like and here's some things that people don't like, but here's a couple of video ideas, go and do your thing, right? That's it. Because when you do that, now the content creator actually is just gonna create whatever is authentic to them. And I wanna do a quick little example with you to try to drive this point home. But if I say, all right, I want you to make a video. This is my product. I sell tissues here, or soft facial tissue is what they call them here in Dubai. And I want you to just, hey, there's a few ideas here. I want you to maybe talk about how soft it is on your nose, or I want to talk about how they smell really good, whatever it is. They're extra soft, or they're, made of all natural materials, right? So there's your three ideas: all natural materials, extra soft, and they smell good, okay? Now, you might go and use the product and be like, you know what? I actually don't really like the smell, but they are really soft. So I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about how soft they are. And when you do that, now, if I was to say, okay, make a video about how soft these tissues are, you probably have an idea for that video. Maybe you have this idea to like say it's as soft as a feather, or maybe you have this idea to say it's as soft as a baby's butt, and you freaking, that's getting really weird now. And for example, that's kind of a video that you go and make. Whereas in my mind, I might have a completely different way of bringing that video to life, right? And so that is the entire point, because all you're doing is just planting the seed and giving someone an idea and letting them do the rest. And so whenever I explain that to people, usually it hits home, because if you think of an idea that you have for a video, you're going to envision it in a certain way. It's probably not going to be the exact same way that I envision it. And so that's also a lot of the times when we write scripts and force people to say these things and do these things, not only is it inauthentic, but it's just not what that creator would do. And so it's just really forced and awkward, and that's when you just get UGC that sucks. And so the main reason I want to make this video is because at the mastermind yesterday, we were talking about this, and I actually ended up giving everybody at the mastermind our new framework. If you do want that framework, unfortunately, it is going to be gatekept because it's brand new and it is for our Evolve members only, but you can make a framework as well. It's very, very simple. The main point of this is just stop sending scripts to people, because most of the time they don't work. The only time you should ever send a script to someone is when you're actually hiring someone that you know can act. If you know they're an actor and you've maybe worked with them before and you've given them a script and it's made you a winning ad, then continue to do that. But if you're someone that has not been able to find success with UGC, I would highly encourage you to just try the authentic route. Give the creator some ideas, do some product sheeting, do some low ticket, $100 per video stuff, and just try that and see how it works for you, because I can almost guarantee it's going to work better, because for us and for hundreds of other brands that we've shown this process for, it's been incredible for them, and they've actually been able to get winning ads, which is the whole point of doing UGC. So with all that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are interested in the Evolve program and you want to be more involved with what we're doing, and maybe you want to come to the next mastermind, I can't really say when that's coming up, but after that first one, we've realized we need to do a lot more of these, because the sauce that was flowing, the people that were there, it was just an incredible experience. For the first event that we had, I'm not gonna lie, it's really been eye-opening of how many savages there are in this space. And so if you are interested in getting into a community like that, again, you can check out Evolve down below. Or if you happen to have a brand and you're looking for more of a done-for-you service, our agency is almost at capacity. So by the time you maybe watch this video or apply, we might be full, but we are looking for at least one more brand partner with us this year to get to multiple millions of dollars a month with us. So if you are interested in that, again, there's also a link to apply to work with our agency. But with that said, I'll leave it there. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.